And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday. It's June 14th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is a Monday morning. The sun is shining. Hope you had a great weekend. We're ready to talk about absolute Florida. Don Hamlet is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
How are you?
I'm great.
How was your weekend?
Hot.
It's not officially summertime, but today is going to be almost, I think, like first day of summer.
I'm calling it. It's summer. I'm calling it. It's summertime.
Well, we've always had plenty to talk about when we think of absolute Kubota, located now at 1506 West Main with all the Kubota equipment that Don and the others have out there for people to see. And of course, May is hay month. We've talked quite a bit about that. There's not much hay cut in June, is there?
I think the weather kind of put a dampener on some of the cuttings that people were getting, so they are still cutting right now, the people that we're talking to. It's
well,
kind of got behind.
The equipment for that and
a
lot of other things.
Got some of everything. You know, if you're just cutting your local grass at your house or you're trying to get out into your pastures and you know, cut back the big tall weeds, we've got cutters for that. We've got disc mowers for cutting hay, tractors to run all these different pieces of equipment. We've got everything there ready to roll.
Have a lot of people we might call weekend farmers or part-time, to say the least, who still need equipment, maybe not as big, not as much, but hopefully they do come to see you.
We probably have more of those than we do big-time farmers, as you say, you know, people that might farm, you know, 500 acres or more. You know, I always tell everybody that when you get a tractor with a loader on the front of it, you'll never need a wheelbarrow ever again. So, and if you've ever put your hands on a wheelbarrow, that registers with you. You know, it makes a difference.
Yeah, and you coined the phrase from weed eaters to hay balers.
The shop, I take care of everything. We sell all that, and those guys back there, they will service it all and give you parts for it and keep you up and going.
That's really good, too, and we might not talk about that enough because I don't care what you have out here. If it's not running or won't work, it's not doing you any good.
I mean, the more you use it, the more time you're going to have to do a maintenance on it or, you know, just change oil and just oil filters and hydraulic fluids and hydraulic filters and fuel filters. I mean, all those things are needed. And, you know, Ben and those guys over in the parts department, they do a great job of keeping that stuff in stock. So all you have to do is walk up and get it.
Right, and you can get your parts there, your stock there, and do it yourself. Or if you want to have it done, you do that too, don't you?
Yeah, just come around to the left side of the building, walk into the service department door. Lauren will be there, and she's just a very friendly face and nice voice, and she'll greet you and come out and get your equipment and drop it off, and you can be on your way. A few days later, you're up and running again.
You've talked a lot about the great rates and the fact that in most situations you can buy with no money down and take, in some cases, up to 84 months to pay.
0% interest for 84 months.
Which is just a great deal.
I mean, I don't care if you've got $10 million in the bank and you're wanting to buy a $20,000 tractor. There's no need of you taking your money out of the bank because I don't know what your CD would bring or where you got it invested, but it's going to bring more than 0%, you know.
Right. Yeah. Well, all of those things to consider, of course, and you've got you really got a good team of people there to take care of. You're in sales. T.R. Kirby's in sales. The two of you pretty much take care of that, don't you?
Oh yeah, we try our best to. You know, I think we do a pretty good job. Sales are up this year. You know, we got a good sales department, like you said, parts, service. You know, we all work hard. I think there's a bunch of good people there. I don't think there's a stinker in the whole bunch. If it was, I'm sure Matt and Philip would send them on the road pretty quick. You know,
I bet that's true.
It is true.
But you like to have a good team that work together, know what they're doing, and have the customer's outlook, their best interest at heart.
And I think we want the customer to come in and feel welcomed. You know, like it's a small. Lebanon's still a small hometown. You know, to a lot of people. I know it's growing and all those things. There's a lot of houses coming in and going and everything. I think your next guest may talk about that a little bit, how busy she is. But, you know, it's still a small town. We want everybody just to feel welcome when you come in. We want to try our best to remember your names. You and I were talking about that a few minutes ago. Right. And just make sure that when you come in, it's an enjoyable purchase. It's not like you're having to go out and buy something that you really don't want to buy. Most everybody comes in the door, they're wanting to buy something. And, not that tractors are toy, but they're fun for people to do the things they want and keep their farms looking the way they want to. And, we talk about those RTVs, those side-by-sides.
Yeah.
I mean, what better way to get to the back piece of your property and then to get on that in the open air and ride around? I mean, it's just fun stuff,
Well, you'll find all of this at Absolute Kubota there at 1506 West Main, and Don Hamlet is there to take care of you, and you'll be back again next Monday, and we'll do it again, huh?
I'll be back next Monday. I'm going to go get me a cup of coffee right now, and I'm going to sit down and get at it.
All right. Well, have a good week. We'll see you next Monday. Don Hamlet, he's in sales at Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. We hope you'll take advantage of all the good things they've got to offer. 10 minutes after the hour, I've asked Jackie Murphy to come and be my guest this morning. Jackie is Register of Deeds for Wilson County. And good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
We do have you here from time to time, not all that much, but there's just so much we got to talk about, I guess, out of your office. I'll bet, though, a lot of people, if you ask what the Register of Deeds does, they probably have maybe a vague idea, and some people might not have a clue. What do you say?
Well, that is correct. We do record at the moment. We are very busy recording all these sales, the deeds to all these homes being sold, and refinancing is huge right now. People are taking advantage of the low interest rates and refinancing, and the growth of this county is just tremendous.
Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody refinances, that involve you usually?
Yes, sir. When they refinance, just like they have their basic mortgage, and they're going to refinance. So when they refinance, the bank will send in a release clearing out the previous mortgage, and then they will record the new mortgage.
Oh, and all that goes through your office?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not sure I was aware of that.
Well, you always want to make sure that is released, because it will hang on there as a lien until it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know when, I know you were out here once in the not too distant past, but I don't remember exactly when it was. But let's talk about the last year and 3 months or something, from March of a year ago up till now. So that's about 15 months. What's it been like? Been different in your office? Obviously, it's been some. I mean, if you wore a mask, if you had social distancing, did everybody come to work at the courthouse every day, or did you work from home?
Coleman, we did not miss one day, because I feel like if we had, it slows up progress. It slows up vendors and the bank title searchers from getting their documents recorded. And if we don't record, your deed doesn't get recorded, your mortgages don't get recorded, plats and surveys of new properties and whatnot, it just puts a hold on everything. And we're not bringing in the revenue.
Yeah. Well, you've got a double barrel reason there for trying to stay up to date, but I'd have to say that's quite a bit of dedication.
Yes, sir. When I took office, now this is not a lie, I said I was going to work for the people of this county. I have not missed a day since 2018, one day off. And that's what I promised the people, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm here to serve, no matter what the situation is.
There's been a lot of property changed hands. There's a lot of people coming. There's a lot of new homes that have been on the market, new subdivisions, new townhouses, new whatever, duplexes, and we see it. We see it all over, and I think more from Lebanon West than we do Lebanon East. But we're growing all over the county, are we not?
Yes, sir. For long, we're not going to have any agriculture property. Everybody is, our older generation are passing away and leaving it to the children, and the children don't want the work. Mm-hmm. So they're cutting up the property.
At least farm work.
That's right. They're cutting up the property, making more money, and moving on. And it's sad to in my eyes. I still love the farm life. I still love seeing the farms and people working it, but it's a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
And some people just can't get by just farming anymore.
Well, in your office, have you been able to stay up to date? I mean, stay pretty much abreast with all the new transactions taking place. You're not far behind, I hope.
Not one day.
Oh,
We get complimented on that, Coleman, because there's some counties that you bring your documents into their office and they'll say, well, we'll get them back to you in a few days. You can stand there and we will do those documents probably tops at 10 minutes. So we're not one day behind.
well, you are streamlined and full speed ahead.
Well, I guess I'm a little OCD.
All right, time for us to take a break. Jackie Murphy, Register of Deeds, is here. We'll talk more after we go to this break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And at 7:14, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and that regular oil change, only $24.95 up to 5 quarts of oil. Tax and disposal, $16.73 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. I'm looking at this traffic flow here. It's moving on 65 southbound here at Trinity Lane. Now it's going to get really heavy here in the next 10, 15 minutes. It's not going to surprise anybody. Here comes that steady flow of traffic I-42 Mount Juliet right now as you make your way inbound out of Wilson County. Ripley's Aquarium Sleep of the Sharks Family Edition is something the kids and the grandkids will love. Check it out. Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
She's taken care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of her. But with a family of your own and other responsibilities, there just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it might be time to call the Pavilion Senior Living. From bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and meals, the Pavilion Senior Living is committed to being senior living you can trust for your loved one. Find out more at pavilionseniorliving.com or call 444-5556. That's 444-5556.
Hey Lebanon, what's for dinner? If you find yourself asking or answering this question often, you're in luck because I have the answer for you. The Edge Food and Drink at Lebanon Country Club is now open. The newly remodeled restaurant is open to the public Tuesday through Sunday and is the newest gathering place for lunch, dinner, or watching your favorite teams. Follow The Edge Lebanon on Facebook and Instagram to see weekly food and drink specials and live music lineups. Check them out online at theedgelebanon.com. See y'all there.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us again. Jackie Murphy, our Register of Deeds, is here. Now, you were elected, in August of
2018.
2018.
Yes.
Well, you've got nearly 3 years. You started in September of 2018. So this September will be 3 years that you've been in office. And
Yes, sir.
next year, next summer?
Yes, sir.
General election again?
Yes, sir. We'll be pulling petitions in December. About a month earlier than the norm. I'm already getting my groundwork down and getting fired up and hoping to, this is more like not a job interview, but an evaluation for me. And for those who are looking at me, I'm not asking for them to vote for me for political or whatever views I may have. I'm asking for their vote because of the job I have served them with. And if they feel like I've done a good job, then hopefully they will vote for me.
If we look at tradition here, and I can think back to when I was a little boy, and if my memory's right, Johnny Spickard was the Register of Deeds, and then he was in there for a long time, and then Margie Trice for a long time, and then Bev Spickard for a long time, and now you're about to come up on 3 of your 4 first years. So
Yes, sir.
If tradition holds, I guess the job would be yours for a while.
That would be fabulous. I would love it. I love my job. I'm a kind of a workaholic, so to speak.
Well, tell me about your staff. You do a lot, and of course, computers have probably meant that if you didn't have the computers, you'd probably have a double or triple size office staff. I'm guessing. Is that
Exactly.
close to right? Yeah.
Computers have brought us so far into the future that actually these girls, that's all they do all day is key on a computer. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to get these documents done in the time frame that we have.
Are there any particular needs? You have enough equipment? Do you have enough personnel? Is the office in pretty good shape?
We're in pretty good shape. Last year we upgraded our computers, and we probably wouldn't have, but audit suggested that, so you want to keep audit happy. And so we upgraded our computers. We have, when I took office, unfortunately, our plat machine was on the dying end of its service, so we had to upgrade our plat machine, and we've got 2 pro scanners who we have girls that are scanning in old documents, and actually we've got every deed ever recorded in this office in the system back to 1796.
That's amazing. Does every county have that? Most of them? Do you have an idea?
No, I don't. I do not believe all of them have the ability to, your smaller counties aren't able to get everything in because they're not equipped, with their financials and their budget for their year. Some people in their counties just can't do that. It is an overtake. I mean, to get all the deeds in, so you got to get them in the system, but yet you got to index them. But now that they're in the system, and we just redone the bottom search room for title searchers and bankers or whoever needs to come in, do a history check, whatever. We've got new computers. We've done away with the card veyors because they've become a dinosaur. And so we've got book rollers that hold old books. We've got, it's really become a state-of-the-art down there.
Do you would you consider our office maybe a model for Register of Deeds for the state and others that might like to come and see?
I wouldn't say that. We're not one of the biggest counties. I mean, like you got Rutherford, who is huge. Davison, my gosh, I mean, I can't even tell you how many staff she has. But we're doing really well.
Well, you mentioned earlier that if you shut down or maybe work from home, you might miss some revenue. Your office, does your office pay for itself and some?
Yes, sir. We sure do.
I'm sure taxpayers appreciate that. Members of the county commission appreciate that. Randall Hutto appreciates that, I imagine.
Yes,
but explain how that is, if you will. There's certain things you do that require a fee or money for it to be done. But what is that?
Well, you got your mortgage and transfer taxes. So you pay taxes on your mortgages, deed recordings, plats and that such is not much money, but it's the mortgages and the deeds. We keep 2.4%, and I say we, the county. And 2.6 goes to the state. They get a hefty little check at the end of the month. And we turn that over to our part, 2.4, to the county, which takes care of all of our expenses in our office and some.
Has that, as far as you know, been true for a long time, that the office more than paid for itself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is that true maybe with most of the counties in
I would
Tennessee?
say so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I guess you're a good thing to have around.
Well, I don't know. We're pretty self-sufficient. We stay within our budget. And, we tried, and I tried back about a year ago all the registers of Tennessee tried to get together to keep the whole 5%. And went before legislature, and it just didn't happen. The state didn't want to let us keep that extra 2.6. Other counties could use it. Some of your smaller counties could use that 2.6. It just didn't pass.
Well, what did you get a feeling? Where I would think that if it was introduced, there were at least some that were for that, some that were,
yes.
were carrying it.
Yes. I don't know. The state just wouldn't allow it. They use that 2.6 for various funding, such as like drug rehab and situations like that with the state. I
Which
felt
really
like
doesn't have any any bearing on the Office of Registered Deeds.
right.
Yeah.
I felt like, I mean, we passed it in commission to try to work for it, and the CTAS and the registers, legislatures worked on it. But you know, honestly, once you have allowed them to have that, the state, I never felt they would give it back.
How long has that been? Or has that always been that
A
way?
long time,
Yeah. Okay.
Coleman. So, you know, I didn't feel good about it, but you know, it don't hurt to try.
Right. But I mean, we're not hurting here. It
Oh,
would have
no.
been nice to have, I guess, but some of
Right.
the smaller counties would have been the real
Exactly.
the ones who would really benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Do you think that'll come up again?
I don't think it will for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, how regulated are you? You mentioned keeping auditors happy. I believe that was your expression, something like that. You audit on a regular basis and all that.
Oh yeah. They're due to come anytime because our fiscal year ends on June 30th, and so I can tell you my books are clean. You would have thought Mr. Clean was on working on them books. I've changed some situations that we work with, such as our payroll. We've turned it over to finance. They deal with that. We have our website fees we used to bill, you know, various ways, such as we would e-file or we would invoice, ACHs, etc., which took, you know, a long time to prepare those every month. So I've turned that over to BIS. They do the billing. Actually, we're doing better by turning that over. So, you know, it has made the office smoother, books cleaner, auditors happy.
Okay. Now, you have as you come into the courthouse, if you turn left in the front door there, you're at your office.
Yes, sir.
You also have right directly below you in the basement. You
Yes,
have
sir.
an area there, right?
That's called our search room.
Do you have enough space?
Oh, yeah.
You don't need more.
No, sir.
No. And you don't.
No, sir. We've done a lot of work down there recently. We just had it carpeted Saturday, and I can tell you that was an experience. I was there 11 hours getting this carpet down. I was so tickled to get the carpet in. We've got, new filing cabinets, new roller cabinets. Like I say, we've got one girl that stays down there 100% of the time because our plat machine's down there. We have people come in, do history searches. We have a title searcher that's down there every day. And so I'm happy with the room. It's good.
Well, you talk about your girls. Are there any males in your office?
You know, when I worked for Mr. Bev before electing, he was doing some hiring, and he, put out with HR, and he had one male to put in an application, and Mr. Bev set him up a time to come in, and he never showed. So I don't know,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of laughing here, and of course we could say, hey, you're discriminating in a joking way. That office seems to, I don't know. I'm guessing here seems to work better to just have a bunch of ladies who've done the work all these years. I don't guess there's a real reason to change it unless. Well,
there's never a problem with some testosterone in the office to mix up the estrogen, but we don't have a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
We've had girls there that've been there 20 years, and I guess they're happy.
Well, you work hard. You keep everything in, as I like to say sometimes, in apple pie order. So everybody's happy, I guess.
Yes, sir. Everybody's happy. Everybody works together, and we consider all the employees there and ourselves family. We've seen their kids grow up, and family members pass away. We're there for each other. They work hard. good bunch of girls.
Well, we've got about a minute and a half left. I appreciate you coming out to be with us this morning. I mean, things seem to be going so well. There's not a whole lot to talk about other than how it is. But it seems you have made some necessary changes here. That it just sounds like you have a well-oiled machine that's functioning on all cylinders.
Everything's going well. Couldn't ask for anything better. I do want to say, don't forget, everybody, about the fraud alert program that we've put out in 2018 and the Think of That program, which we put out in 19. Real proud of those two programs. They're completely free. The fraud alert is 24/7 monitoring, has been very well set up.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had any fraud here in Wilson County, but we have in Rutherford and Davison. So I want to try to prevent anything to happen.
Right.
Also, our Think of Vet program, we've got 146 businesses that offer veterans discounts once they come and get their veterans ID cards. Proud of that, and I thank all of our businesses. And if anybody wants to get on our list that we do give our veterans, please give me a call, 443-2611. Be happy to sign you up and get you on that list.
All right, great. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Coleman.
Jackie Murphy, our Register of Deeds. That's part one of Coleman and Company. Please keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And to 7:31, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic here on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane as we check it out live. Traffic's on the increase where you would expect 24 as you come past Harding Place. 40 westbound near Fessler's. We're checking on a possible minor accident. They usually move those over to the side pretty quickly because you got all that traffic flow coming in from Donaldson. Princess Hot Chicken is now open inside the Assembly Food Hall near the National Museum of African American Music on Broadway. You can always order online at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The Farm Bureau Expo is your premier location for an event of any scale, making meeting in the middle easy and accessible for event planners and guests. The Expo proudly participates in the Tennessee Pledge to allow our guests to attend events with confidence. For booking details or to explore events to attend, visit farmbureauexpo.com or check out our Facebook page at Farm Bureau Expo. We look forward to seeing you at the Farm Bureau Expo in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Calling all horse lovers. Do you need a new zero turn for your horse farm? Call Absolute Kubota today at 615-449-6171 and ask about their special equine discounts on Exmark mowers. Exmark picked 2-to-1 over any other brand. Step up to an Exmark at your farm or ranch today so you can get back to what you enjoy, your horses. Call 615-449-6171 or stop by and see the team at Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main Street in Lebanon. Exmark, ready to work for you.
To kick off the work week, you can expect plenty of sunshine with temperatures climbing into the upper 80s. For Tuesday, more sunny weather is on the way with highs reaching the upper 80s. For Wednesday, temperatures will top out in the mid-80s. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's Look at Your Forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part two. It's a Monday morning. Billy Mullinex joins us to talk about Rocky Williams, Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was hot.
Yeah.
But it was a wonderful weekend.
I'll tell you, it was a wonderful one. The Vanderbilt and Cincinnati Reds win. It's a wonderful
It's a great weekend, isn't it, Coleman?
Oh, yes. Well,
your weekend was good, too.
It was really good.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to the College World Series.
Yep.
And, UT is going to be there, and I think I heard that they're in opposite brackets. I hope they're going to be, which means they could meet in the finals, and that would be great as long as Vanderbilt wins.
As long as Vanderbilt wins.
I'll probably get some opposition before the program's over.
I would say that you probably will, and
you never express yourself much on that. You've been in the car business. You're for all of them, I'm sure.
Well, Coleman, I really don't watch much sports. I used to love to play sports. But as far as sitting and watching a ball game on TV, I really don't care about that.
Well, I guess there's always something to be thankful for, because you can look at me and say, well, how much time I waste.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cars. Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Mount Juliet, 600 Pleasant Grove Road. Billy, of course, is the general manager, and the thing we talk about every Monday is the no haggle pricing. Everybody pays the same great low price.
That's right, Coleman.
Yes.
Regardless, don't matter who you are, who you know, who you don't know, everybody pays the same great low price, and it's a fair, honest, and transparent way to do business, Coleman. And and we don't include those rebates. I was talking to someone about that this weekend. We don't include the rebates that not everybody qualifies for, and you see so many other dealers that are doing that now. They're including rebates that you have to finance with a certain bank, or you have to trade in a certain vehicle, or you have to be military. And then when you are not those things, the price starts going up. And that's I think, a very deceptive practice, and we don't practice that. We use only the rebates that everybody in the Southeast Business Center qualifies for. And then if you are eligible for other rebates, then we certainly look for those and are happy to give them to you.
Well, that's great. Good to know that. And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't remind everybody they can see the entire inventory, new and pre-owned cars, at RockyWilliams.com.
Might see your neighbor there, Coleman.
Yes. Are we ever going to quit saying that?
Well, if we do, Mayor Hutto will reprimand us. Because what couple of times we have forgot that, he has always said something about you forgot your neighbor.
There you go.
So,
well, the good thing at Rocky Williams, they price their cars and not their customers, and that's saying a lot.
Well, it is, Coleman. I mean, typically in this business, if you know somebody, you're going to get a better price. Yeah. I've told this story several times now, but a few months ago, Rocky bought a vehicle off the lot for his grandson, and Rocky paid exactly what the price on the window was, and not a dollar less. Everybody pays that price, even Rocky Williams.
Well, that too is saying a lot. But
it is.
But you have been totally above board with your no haggle. And when it fits everybody, even Rocky's son, you can't get any better than that.
That's as honest as you can ever be, Coleman. And at the end of the day, people just want to know that nobody can't buy it for less.
Right.
I mean, we have done the automotive industry the way you shop for everything else. When you go to Walmart, you don't go in and get to the cash register and negotiate on a loaf of bread.
That's right.
And so we have done the same thing with our industry. And a lot of people, they say they're following suit, Coleman, but most of them, based on people that have worked for other people that say they're one price, no haggle, they're not.
Yeah.
They start changing the price if the customer gets up to leave or they look like they're not going to sell the vehicle. And we have to let people leave, Coleman. If they don't buy the vehicle, our integrity is worth more than selling a vehicle.
Yeah. Well, it's paid off so far.
It has.
And
it has.
Of course, everybody's having a little inventory problem with new vehicles.
Yep.
But is that getting better or about to?
Coleman, not really.
No.
Not really. I don't think we'll see any big relief throughout this year. Maybe some later on, but I'm not seeing that at this point.
But hopefully you've got a good selection of pre-owned cars that's making the difference.
We do. We've got about 180 pre-owned vehicles. We have upped our inventory on pre-owned to kind of compensate for the lack of new. But yeah, we've got some great vehicles. So a lot of times you can save a little money by buying a pre-owned vehicle versus new. So I think we've got something for everybody, Coleman.
And quickly, a service department to back up the sales. That's important as well.
We do. We've got a great service department. Will Daly is our service manager. He's got a great team that surrounds him, and so yeah, they can take good care of you.
Well, it's just nice to see you every Monday, even when I'm not here. You're here. We've joked
I'm not
about
going to
that.
miss, Coleman. I'm not going to miss.
All right. Well, you have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday, and we'll do it again.
All right. Thank you.
Right. Billy Mullinax, General Manager for Rocky Williams Premier, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet, 600 Pleasant Grove Road. They price their cars and not their customers. 21 before the hour. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe who's here this morning. But let me welcome Patty Watts and Teresa Botts.
Good morning, Coleman.
From the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. Good morning to you all.
What are we doing here?
Well, that's a good question. You're about to answer it for us, I think.
We are.
Patty, you can get us started here. Patty is the director. Is that your title?
That is.
And Teresa, of course, comes on the last Friday of most every month and tells us things that are going on as program director and other things, let's say. How's that? Director and program director.
Right, right.
Okay,
That's good.
Or activities director, whatever. Anyway, everybody knows Teresa. Patty, they don't know you as well on the radio because you don't come every month, but if you've ever been to the center, they know you. And yeah, we've got a great thing going over there.
We do, and it's going good. Billy was just asking out in the waiting room, when are you guys going to open? I said, we're open Monday through Friday. Our calendar didn't represent that this month, but it will in July. So we're excited that we are fully opened.
Well, things aren't 100% back to normal, but they're getting there.
They're getting
and
there.
It's a lot closer than it was. When did you open? In May?
April.
Okay. And it was 2 days a week then, Tuesday and Thursday.
Right.
Was it May when you went Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Okay. Well, I'll be honest, it hadn't got back to normal for me yet, but we've been eating our lunch from over there, but don't always come, but we'll have to work our way back to it.
I've seen Helen a couple of times.
You get in a routine, and when you get out of it, it's kind of hard to get back, maybe. I don't know. That's kind of been, I've got a lot of things I've been trying to do. But,
Well, and it's been good. Hey, you guys have been playing a little pool. Helen played bingo the other day.
Yeah.
So you're getting back in there.
And did have one good cornhole game.
Sure did. Yeah, y'all absolutely had a great cornhole game. Won that championship.
Well, there's, that was almost a fluke, but anyway. There's a reason for you being here today, and you may want to explain a little bit of that.
I'll kind of get it started and then turn it over to Teresa. We're always blessed with people who want to support us and sponsor us. And we were given a financial contribution to help make aware, make aware the support groups that we have. Mm-hmm. And it's a big part of what we do. And it's a big part of the community. In a lot of different aspects. So we just want to make sure that we're letting the community know what we're doing and what goes on there. And that there's a place, a lot of people are, hurting, suffering. They're without knowledge. And Teresa has a couple of support groups every month that make aware, that, brings awareness to some truth, some facts. My mother-in-law had Alzheimer's. And one thing I learned, and it was a statement that through a support group, they said, Alzheimer's is just like chicken pox. There's just certain things that go along with it. If you have chicken pox, you're going to itch. If you have Alzheimer's, you're going to do some pretty crazy things. So through the support groups, you can learn what to expect. Mm-hmm. So, Teresa, tell them, I don't sit in on the support groups.
Well, and I started my support groups. I don't even know when I started my support groups, but there was a need. And before everybody turns your radio off or changes to a different station, I will say that everybody in the world could use a support group. I'm going to give you the definition from Webster of what a support group is. A support group is a group of people with common experiences or concerns who provide each other with encouragement, comfort, and advice and coping strategies. And I will tell you, over all of the years that I've had my support groups, I've invited a lot of people that were friends of mine that had parents that were suffering with Alzheimer's and dementia. And I would say, please come. Oh, we got this. We got this. We don't need a support group. You may not need a support group, but a support group is so helpful. And the other people in that room might need you. You can offer so much just by listening to other people. You can offer so much advice from life experience. If somebody is in that room and they come up with a problem that they're having, you might not need them, but they might need your advice. And they just might need you to say, oh, wow, I'm going through that too. And sometimes they just want to hold hands and hug each other a second. And then I have a grief support group as well. And I'm starting my Parkinson's support group back up in July. And I'll let you know in a little bit when we do all of those. But people say, I don't want to come in that grief support group. I don't want to sit around and listen to everybody be sad and cry. Well, if you know me, I am not going to let you sit around and cry and feel sorry for yourself. I will give you the opportunity to cry, but you're not going to leave that room crying. And I'm going to make you at least smile, if not laugh, before you leave that room. And it's just so empowering to know that there are people going through what you go through. I know since I've been diagnosed with Crohn's, I'd love to find a Crohn's support group just to know. I get online and I read stories, and it's not that misery loves company, but it does help you to know you're not the only person on this earth that is going through what you're going through. Other people are going through it and they survive and they do great. And actually, I have a few of my caregivers that have had loved ones with Alzheimer's and dementia that their loved ones have passed away, and they continue to come. And because it is so helpful, for one thing, to know that there is life after being a caregiver. And then another, they can offer so much advice. They've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and they love to share that advice with other people. Sometimes you just don't know how you're going to get through something, and someone that's been there can help you get through it.
You've explained that so good. I'd have to give you an A+.
Oh, thank you. I need an A+. I need an A+.
That explains the whole thing about support groups.
And I think
in a nutshell.
Yeah, and there are people that and I promise you, I have had good friends that I have invited, and they say, oh, I got this. I don't need you. And it's okay that they don't need me, but it would benefit them so much. Knowledge is power. When you're dealing with Alzheimer's, when you're dealing with Parkinson's, when you're dealing with any chronic illness, the more you know, the easier life is going to be for you. And, I'm not about numbers. If there are 5 people in my support group, that is 5 people that we can help. We've had up to 15 or 20 in that Alzheimer's support group, probably up to at least 15 in the grief support group. But I'm not about the numbers. If there was one person in that room, then they hopefully will benefit from that meeting. And we're not here to promote this for our numbers. This doesn't benefit us. We are here to promote that there is love and there is hope at the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center in these support groups. And we just want people to know about it.
One thing that happens, and I know you got to go to break, is people always say, we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know. They'll come by, oh, we didn't know. And that's what we're here to let people know. There's a good group there.
Great. Time for us to take a break. Patty Watts, Teresa Botts, more coming up here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:48. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. And we want to thank Absolute Kubota. They have a fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day, servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning, heavy, but it's moving here on 24 westbound up by Harding Place. All that traffic flow that continues in from Rutherford County in and through Davidson County. Yes, it's bunched up here on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. That's not going to surprise anybody. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar is home of the world famous cotton candy wine. Check them out at GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Do you know why Rocky Williams Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Mount Juliet sells so many cars, trucks, SUVs, and muscle cars? Well, it all starts starts with a simple idea. Why not give everyone a hassle-free shopping experience for their new or used vehicle with no haggling, no negotiating, and no runaround? Every vehicle on the Rocky Williams lot is marked down incredibly low with the price posted on the window. You're treated with fairness and respect every time. No pressure, just a friendly, warm, inviting staff dedicated to finding the exact vehicle you need. So Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has become the original no-haggle, one-price dealer. Go online to rockywilliams.com to see the incredible deals yourself. Every car and truck is listed with a no-haggle low price. This is for real, and you're gonna love it. People drive for miles to get some of the lowest prices in America on their new or used cars or trucks. Go to rockywilliams.com or come on over to our brand new spacious dealership next to Walmart in Mount Juliet.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Monday morning. Patty Watts, Teresa Watts, Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. If you listen at all, you know when Teresa's here, I don't have to say much. And with Patty and Teresa,
you won't have to say a word, Coleman. Go drink your coffee, okay?
But again, you're here to promote a certain thing that you do at the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. You had some people who have made it possible for a little bit more to be told about this and get the story out a little bit better.
That's right. That's right. We're going to take the contribution, and we've worked with Susie, and we're going to get some commercials through WANT, maybe get some brochures printed that we can pass out. Teresa and I both do a lot of events, here and there, and so we'll be able to just pass that out and put it in the newspaper and things like that.
Well, there's a lot more to the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center than just having a meal or going and having fun, shooting pool, playing cards.
There is.
Cornhole, whatever, but that does help. but it's something for everybody just about.
I will tell you that the pool room is a support group. A dinner table is a support group. An exercise class is a support group. A cornhole tournament is a support group. Just being there when you're in that room and you bend over to pick up a cornhole bag and you go, oh my gosh, woo! I can't hardly bend over anymore. My back's killing me. And somebody goes, you too? I can't either. You are support.
Me.
Well, not Coleman, okay, but I hear lots of moaning and groaning. I was laughing, telling the girls at work. We were with my little grandson last weekend, and I was sitting on the floor playing with him. And when I went to get up, I went, ugh. And he looked over at me and went, ugh, because they mock everything you do. And I said, well, your little old grandma here is having a hard time getting out of the floor, but. The world is a support group. It's just wide open for us. And I will give you a little history on our support group. I had one lady probably about 15 years ago that really struggled when her husband passed away. She had such a very difficult time with that. And Beth Goodner was working over at McFarland at the behavioral health at that time. And she had come and done a program on the holiday blues and depression and grief and things. And my little lady was in there and was struggling. And Beth looked at me and said, Teresa, let's start a grief support group. And I said, okay, if you'll do it, I'm in. Because, I know nothing. I'm not trained in anything. And so she helped me start this grief support group. And it was wonderful. And it grew really quickly. And then Beth changed jobs and went to a different town, and I just kept it up. And I realized I didn't have to be real smart. I just had to love them, and they had to know that I loved them. And that was really all it took. I get online and I'll print something out to try to spark their interest and start a conversation. And then I get to do like you and just sit back and listen. But from that grief support group, I had 2 ladies that one, her husband had vascular dementia, and the other, her husband had Alzheimer's. and they were talking, and they said, I wish I'd gotten more help. I wish I had accepted more help. I wish I'd known more about Alzheimer's. And I went, oh, Teresa, you need to start an Alzheimer's support group here. So I called the Alzheimer's Association. I said, hey, send somebody out here and do a support group. And they said, it's not how it works. We'll let you start a support group and we'll train you. And I said, I'm not medical. They said, you don't have to be. So I went through the Alzheimer's Association and did their support group training classes. Really learned a lot about how I should have been doing my grief support group. And we started an Alzheimer's and dementia caregiver support group. And it's strictly for the caregiver. This is a really good time for them to talk about their trials and their hardships and those wonderful, happy breakthrough moments that happen. And it was just such a great thing to get that group started. And it just grew and grew. And we've really never advertised. We've advertised in our newsletter, but we've never really even printed flyers. And I say that I need to and go to like the local neurologist offices. But by word of mouth, they have, spread the word, and it's just such a great support group. Now, the Alzheimer's Association does list us on their website because we are a certified Alzheimer's Association support group. And I have a wonderful co-facilitator in there with me. Her name is Erin Wright, and she works for Avalon Hospice. And Erin is an RN. And she has that medical knowledge. So when they're asking me about medications and things like that, I look at Erin and I say, this is your question. And so Erin is with me almost every time we have our support group. And she offers so much to our group for medical purposes.
Now, you mentioned earlier, you might mention when these, are these at least a month?
They're once a month. So the Alzheimer's and Dementia Caregiver Support Group meets the first Tuesday of every month at 10 o'clock. The Grief Support Group that we have meets the second Tuesday every month at 10 o'clock. So about 6 or 8 years ago, one of my ladies that was in my grief support group was diagnosed with Parkinson's and literally got on her hands and knees in my office and begged me to start a Parkinson's support group. Yet again, I am not medical. I don't know anything about Parkinson's, but I said, okay. So now we have a Parkinson's support group that meets the first Friday of every month at 10 o'clock. And it's been wonderful. I have been very blessed. I have got Jessica with the Vanderbilt movement disorder. She cannot come out to all of our support groups, but she comes and does a lot of educational programs for us on Parkinson's. And I've learned so much about Parkinson's. And now when I hear that somebody's gotten Parkinson's or they've been diagnosed, I say, wow, that's great, because it could be so much worse. It could be ALS. It could be so many other things. And Parkinson's is hopeful. If you look at Michael J. Fox, he's had it for 30 years and he still has great quality of life. With Parkinson's, with the right medication and exercise, you can live a really great life for a long time with Parkinson's. But they need to know that. That's why these support groups are so great.
You sound like I've never been to one of your groups, but they're very informal.
Extremely. We close the door. I put a sign up and I say, please don't enter. And people still open the door and peep in to see what's going on. But what happens in that support group stays in that support group. I know my friend Annette Keffer said, I love a support group because it's one place I can be where I'm not judged. Everybody in that room knows how I feel. They understand if I get frustrated or if I cry or if I get angry. They get it because they've all been there. It is this one room you can be in where people understand you and they know what's happening in that room.
Patty?
Well, and I was just going to elaborate a little bit. The Alzheimer's support group, the caregiver, we will entertain the person with Alzheimer's because a lot of times the caregiver doesn't have a sitter and they can't leave their loved one. And so they can come and be at the center and maybe just shop in the unique boutique. Somebody will sit at the table and talk to them. I've just kept them in my office and just say, would you help me fold these envelopes or whatever, you know? And we keep the patient occupied so that the caregiver can sit through the support group and learn how now to go home and be more patient.
Got a minute and a half here. Somebody hearing about this for the first time wants to know more. I guess they need to call you.
Yeah,
Come by.
I would love to talk to anybody about our support groups. I actually had a lady that called me just a couple weeks ago and asked about the Parkinson's support group. I kind of hated to start it back up because I don't always feel real great and I didn't want it to take on something. But Maureen Brunlinger, who is our social services coordinator, has a friend with Parkinson's, and she has graciously accepted being my co-facilitator. So if there is a day I just can't be there, she will be there. And she understands Parkinson's, and so she will be there to help as a co-facilitator as well.
So you have 3 support groups currently meeting on a regular basis.
Yes, they're in our newsletter. If you don't have the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, if you've on Facebook and you've never gone in and liked us, go in and like us. We put our calendar page out there every month. Every week we list our activities as well as our menus. You don't have to be a member to come to our support groups. We do have a lot of children of people with Alzheimer's and dementia that come, a lot of spouses that come, and you don't have to be a member. We just encourage you to come and just swallow your pride. You do need us. You do need to be in a room full of people that understand, and if you don't need them, they need you. So come on out.
All right, very well said. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you,
I hope
Coleman.
this helps. Patty Watts, Teresa Botts, Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. That's it for a Monday. Join us tomorrow, and until then, I wish you a magnificent day.